Hello, and welcome to Promo Day 11, where we are coming with these amazing experts. Look at everybody on the panel. They are just coming with the generosity because they want you to understand that to be in this event, predictable income system for online coaches and healers, is super, super beneficial for you. Because remember, we are gathering all the talents in every area, in mindset, in skill set, in social media. I have amazing conversations around technical things, around delegating the responsibility, around something that I actually learned for the first time in my life. And I keep it the secret because you have to be joining in order to see what that interview is all about. So again, we are here to tell you how amazing this interview series is. And the most incredible thing, you do not have to be anywhere in the specific time, in the specific place. All you have to do is just click the link to register. And starting Monday, June 8th, you will start receiving two emails in your inbox with amazing experts with these interviews like mini master classes that you are learning and you can apply the tools. And the best, every expert shared the free gift with you. So you tap into this abundance of the gifts that are all yours. All you have to do is just click on the link and show up for yourself. But before we dive into today's topic, let's just introduce everyone who came today. Sophie, I start from you because you're right next to me on the screen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sophie Bruckner, and I'm bringing the energetic aspect of it all. So, how deep you want me to go into it now, or just a quick introduction?
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Paul, tell a little bit about yourself.
Yes, my name is Paul Ling. I am founder of Smart Web Assist,
Oh, perfect.
and my business is essentially virtual assistants for your business online. We help in a lot of technical support for a lot of areas on your business online. And our primary focus is usually CRMs and all in one marketing systems.
And Paul is the one who designed this beautiful registration page for me. And
Yep,
he is
yep.
my tech person to go to. And Melinda knows that because she's also using his services. So if anybody is looking for great tech person, Paul is the person to go to. All right. Dina. Dina, please tell a little bit about yourself and who you are helping.
Hi, everybody. So, my name is Dina Alexander, also known as SSA Coach. I am a personal relationship and an intimacy coach, a sacred sexual awareness coach from Aruba.
Yeah.
So, for years, I have helped women and couples reconnect with themselves, with their confidence, with their relationship, and their personal power. What makes my work unique is that I teach people how to stop operating from exhaustion and start creating from alignment. Because when we are disconnected from ourselves, it affects everything. It's like a domino effect. It affects our
Mhm.
relationship, our confidence, our business, and even our income. So that's what I
Mhm.
do.
So, so true. Love it. Thank you so much. Melinda, tell a little bit about yourself and who you are supporting.
Hello, everybody. My name is Melinda Jacobs. I am your transformation guide. I have worked with people in 46 countries for almost 20 years now, and I help people remember who they are beyond what's happened in the past. So I deal with a lot of trauma, helping heal that trauma, helping regulate nervous systems, and helping people align to who they are beyond all the beliefs and all the limitations so that they can be their very, very best.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Jennifer, please introduce yourself and say who you are helping.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Seifert, and I'm a financial leadership guide, along with being a speaker, a facilitator, and a shaman. I blend all of those skills that I've learned throughout my whole life to really help entrepreneurs understand what's actually happening in your business, paying attention to the numbers, getting current with the reality of your business, and being the CEO, the CFO for the solo person, and the CEO, COO, so that you can really make grounded decisions. I worked for over 20 years in public practice, and I worked primarily with entrepreneurs, and I witnessed messy, incomplete, and behind, and sometimes way behind information coming across my desk. And I believe that when you actually take responsibility to be on top of your money, on top of your numbers, on top of your finances, you can be really successful, because it's so critical to the success of your business. And it reveals, and what I really noticed when I was working in this realm is you reveal your personal life patterns through your business. And so there is no way to be an entrepreneur without your personal life affecting your business life. And so I bridge both those worlds to help you reach your potential and have the success that you dream about.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And Paul's
So-
my tech guy too. Paul's my
Yeah.
tech guy.
Yep. All right, so let's dive in today's conversation, because each one of you is unique, and I would love each one of you the perspective how you look at this particular theme we are going to discuss today. Because just think about it, a lot of coaches and healers and all other business owners, they finish a long day of work, they feel exhausted, and they look at their to-do list and thinking, I was busy all day, but did I actually move my business forward? And this is exactly the question we all want to ask, right? Because a lot of times we are doing the activity that feels like progress. We are working, we are creating, we are learning, we are planning, but progress and activity are not the same things. So today we are going to talk about more about this, the difference between activity and progress. Because a lot of times when we are in activity, it might feel productive, but this is very sneaky, because sometimes we might be distracted with doing something on Canva, attending the trainings, rewriting the content. These things are useful, but they are not the ones that directly move the business forward, right? So now this is the conversation that we want to have. Every day, we want to ask ourselves a simple question: did this action that I am doing right now move me closer to a desired outcome? For instance, does it create visibility? Does it create the conversation? Does it create the relationship with potential client? Or does it give me the revenue opportunity? Because progress is connected to results, and activity is simply connected to our efforts. That's why sometimes we get frustrated, because we are saying, I did so many things, yet I haven't created the revenue that I desired, right? So busy doesn't equal growth. And that's exactly what we want to talk about today. And I'll start from Sophie. What is your perspective on that from your expertise?
Thank you. I love the topic. So it's a great pick, and it's really, really important. So I myself come in from the more masculine marketing world the last 25 years, technically, since pretty much high school. I was involved into that piece. And when I was working in the corporate field, I very quickly realized that it doesn't quite match my ideal picture, that what I imagined even in my early 20s or in my teens, when I set myself up to, like, yeah, I'm going to do this piece and the creatives, and I'm going to always wanted to blend the psychology of people and then figuring out the clients and what lens for people, etc. But in the technical reality, that didn't feel aligned at all. And that's when I started my journey with the alternative energetic field. As I said, I'm bringing the energetic piece of it, and now I have like 16 years in there. And when I combined the two, and I worked with a lot of people, especially women in the field, who were extremely talented. They had really great gifts that they wanted to bring to the world and create a business out of it, and started them on the journey. And when we got to the action, the activity, there was always some weird untapped block that they just couldn't, or it was hard for them to see why things are not moving, because we covered the strategies, we covered the activities, they were showing up, yes, they were creating the contents, yet there were still some pieces missing. And what I've found was really the alignment, that also, I think, Dina, you mentioned that that's so important. And when I was doing my somatic therapy training, that was a biggest missing piece in there. How much we're operating from a trauma response place, and how our nervous system is not really set up for the progress. We can set up ourselves to the activities and doing the things, and sometimes it's visible when, yes, we end up, and I was going through this for months and months, building my website, or rewriting my contents 15 times. And yes, there is a lot of activities, but yet when there was the place for actually showing up, or even when I was showing up, when it wasn't aligned with, let's say, we have certain hidden blockages around even receiving clients. If some of my clients had those, or when I had those, no strategy, no activity, no nothing solved it on the practicality side of things. And when I found the missing pieces for myself and reset that alignment, that's what actually started changing and shifting everything. And what I see so much, especially mainly women, that we are wired to serve everything, everybody, serve the world, serve like whatever is there. We want to really just cuddle it and do whatever we can. And yet we just do more, we work more, we push more, and we shift so much to the masculine side of doing business and trying to make things work. And what ends up happening, we lose the connection with ourselves, or even a lot of times with our purpose. And I've gone through that many times, and I've seen women going through that over and over again. And that's the balance that I help them also find, where they can operate from their soul, and they can actually operate, if they're women, through their feminine, when the energetic piece is matching up with the strategy. That's when things started really shifting for them. And that's when things shifted for me over and over and over again. So yes, the doing more is actually leading to less progress, what I'm seeing, because we get either burnt out, overwhelmed, just disconnected from who we are in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the time when we do less, but it's aligned, it actually attracts. So that's the manifest piece.
Beautiful. Thanks so much for your perspective. Okay, Paul, tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about your perspective from your experience that you are working with clients.
So yeah, I guess from a much more technical perspective on things, when I think about, you know, clients that I've worked with, I think a lot about the beginning and the near end of a project kind of thing. The first initial thought of, being busy but not making progress is when someone is first starting up a business for the first time. At the face value, they learn about how to do these events for the first time, or how to make their first lead magnet, and they think, oh, I got to do this, and this. But where my business and other virtual assistants can come in and help with that is trimming the fat of what needs to be in the coach's hands, the business owner's hands specifically. You know, um, there's so much automation systems out there that help with so much of the progress and a lot of people as well. And I'm sure a lot of people know that, but what people may not know is that there are also tools for coaches and business owners at every level, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's still tools out there that if you're just starting up, finances are a lot tighter, like there are still tools out there that can help you with little things along the way. I like this example. I brought it up in the last promo of the Calendly system. I think that's a really
Mm-hmm.
good place to start with if you've never did like online booking automation. It saves you steps of like, oh, I got to manually send them the reminders. Oh, I got to look at my calendar. I got to just manually tell them the availability. That's a really small starting example of how all these little tools and assistance can trim the fat of where ultimately a lot of these coaches should be is mainly focusing on your messages, your content, the cores of your presentation. Um, and I guess just a little bit on the other side of that, Sophie talked a little bit about like the tweaking things, constantly changing things kind of thing. That is a very tempting loop to fall into because you want it to be just right, just perfect kind of thing. But, you go too far with that, you end up changing things drastically in the middle of something already being promoted, or you get caught in this like mentality of unsureness that you like pull out midway through things to reschedule later. So there's a mix of, you want to do a good amount of preparation, but at a certain point you need to commit because there's a certain point where live data and feedback and experience is the thing that really levels you up to that next phase kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some of my thoughts on that.
Yes. And just, like just thinking about automation, it's super, super helpful because we do not have to be in our inbox 24/7, right? So if something already implemented that it's actually free the time for us to connect with the clients, to do something that actually drive our revenue up. Yep,
Mhm.
beautiful point. Thank you so much. Dina, how about you? What would you like to add to this topic, difference between activity and progress?
Oh, I'm happy that I'm the third because they said everything already.
Jennifer
So
is
I'm
in a tough spot.
yes,
I'm in a
but
great
the rest.
spot. I can call out everybody, give everyone a
Yep.
call back.
So I would say many coaches believe they have an income problem. Okay, and many believe they have a marketing problem, a visibility problem, but often what they really have is a relationship problem. Not a romantic relationship problem, a relationship to people problem. Let me explain. Clients buy when they feel seen. Clients buy when they feel understood. Clients buy when they feel safe. Clients buy when they trust you. And trust is built. It is built through relationship. Um, and the three question. Okay, I invite every coach that's listening at this moment to ask themselves: Am I visible? Am I valuable? And am I memorable? Because people cannot buy from someone they don't see. They won't invest in someone who doesn't communicate value. And they won't remember someone who sounds exactly like everyone else. So you need to be unique. Then
Mhm.
connect whatever you're doing to your own story. As a relationship and intimacy coach, I learned something fascinating. The same reason relationships fail is often the same reason businesses fail: lack of communication, lack of consistency, lack of trust, lack of connection. Whether it is a marriage or a coaching business, people stay where they feel valued. And that is a different perspective from marketing coaches and every energy coaches or everything else. So, look, your future clients are not asking, are you the best coach in the world? They are asking, do I believe this person understands me? And if the answer is yes, they move closer. And yes, that's how I work.
I love that. That's so beautiful. Thanks, Dina, for sharing. Beautiful. Melinda, how about you? What
Look at
would you
all the
like?
wisdom you've gathered today.
I'm telling you,
Wow. That's
exactly.
amazing.
Yeah, and just think for anybody who joins this interview series, how much they are going to tap to and how many insights and clarity and all great things they are going to acquire just by joining.
Exactly. So what I love about this topic and what I love about this panel is you're getting viewpoints from so many different perspectives. And I think that's where people really struggle in their business is they're myopic. They just have this one focus, but they don't see the other perspectives. So when I think about going from being active or just spinning your wheels in the mud, busy, to actually making progress, it actually requires intentions, a clear set intention with a clear goal in mind. I spent years in my business fumbling along and expending an exorbitant amount of energy, an exorbitant amount of money because I didn't have a clear focus. I didn't have a clear intention. And so, how am I ever going to progress? I just stayed really busy. Now, I was successful because I had a really great referral source. And if you listen to my interview, you'll find out what happened to that. But I think those two things are so important. And when I also think about getting those clear intentions, getting those clear goals, you have to commit time to your business. I love what Dina said. It's like a relationship. You have to give it committed time and focus and attention. And the only way that's going to happen, people, is if you put time on your calendar for your business, not for clients, not for, anything, but focus time. And I mean, I think we're all giving Paul like huge shout outs and kudos. I love working with Paul and I love having that coaching time where we gather and we're all working on our businesses together. That is so valuable, that collaborative experience, because you're also, once again, you're getting different opinions and different perspectives that you wouldn't get. The final thing I want to say is it's all frequency. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it'll direct your life, and I'll just add your business, and you will call it fate. And this is where my work really comes in to help people dig into what are your belief systems, what's your past trauma, what's your relationship with visibility, what's your relationship with money, what's your relationship with success, and to uncover those, because there's so much trauma underneath it all. And that, as well as everything everyone else said, that's going to drive your business. So you got to handle your personal stuff. You got to get into what is it that is preventing me from being visible? What's preventing me from being memorable? Why am I not allowing myself to be seen and heard and show myself in that way? I love this topic. Thank you.
Yay! Great, beautiful, beautiful. I love this. And Jennifer, what
We're
is
going
your point
so
of that?
deep. And I just came off right before this call a presentation on the art of delegation. And it was in an HR networking room. And, leaders are thought. You're meant to have deep thought and vision for your business. You're not meant to do all of the admin busy work. But
Totally.
we sometimes think that we are the only ones that can do it because we're it's our, especially when you're a coach or a healer, right? It's like, well, I want my voice to come through the content. I want to be the one who types it all or dictates it all into ChatGPT. I want my colors and my art and my vision to be in that graphic. But if you get into the habit of delegating to your tools, like Paul said, you can become super fast at it. You can learn to create systems that help you to be this whole person that you want to be, like be the identity that you are self-actualizing through your business structure. So if you think of your business as a structure for relationships, really, it's really for relationships, like Dina said, that, and then you create the systems to be organized enough to make sure that your progress, like your connection calls, your client lead generation activities, are 70% of your day. And then you block out time for 30% of the busy work, because it's not 100%. It's not all or nothing. Like, you have to spend time organizing the tasks that you want to delegate, right? So you have to decide to like step into that identity of, I'm the thought leader, I am the visionary, and I've created this business. And so that's what I'm talking about, is like, your business is a vehicle for your ultimate success. Okay. So it can provide you the lifestyle that you want. It can take you to places that you want to go. It can create a legacy, but you have to be very conscious of all aspects of your business. And you need to be really in charge of that money, financial side, and be knowing how you're delegating that. Because I operated with lots of entrepreneurs like, oh, my accountant will just do that, or my bookkeeper's doing that. No, they're working with way past information. They're not giving you any reports, and you're not reading them. So you don't know what's going on in your business. So I'm really installing, this, let's make it more whole. Your business is yours. It's your creation. You're the manifester. So you need to have a pulse, your finger on the pulse of every aspect of your business. Sales and marketing leads right to finance. Those activities, those progress activities lead right there. So you want to see the feedback loop right away of, when I do 4 speaking gigs a month, I generate this much revenue. But you want to know it now. You don't want to know it 1 year later. So you want to be really getting current with the reality of this business structure that you've created. And the financial aspect's very important. But of course, the inner work, like, what is that subconscious program that prevents you from being on top of your numbers, or wanting to look in your bank account, or stopping you from paying yourself from your company? You pay all of your vendors and assistants first, but you don't take a paycheck from your company. So why is that not happening? Like, those are the types of things that I want to help you start doing, paying yourself from your company.
So beautiful. Yeah. Super cool. Super cool. And Summer says that she agrees with you 100%. Yeah, delegation is one of the beautiful things of our business, because it gives us the opportunity to step into that visionary, right? To see the picture overall, rather than just be inside of these, little things that we are doing. And we had this conversation with Paul on another live. I always say, if somebody's still tight on money, start with something simple. Like, let me delegate 3 hours of my day, right? Or 3 hours of my months or my week. I mean, we have to start from somewhere. And you'll see, once you actually have these 3 hours for yourself, you'll be able to do much productive work, rather than just doing something that somebody else could have done much faster, right? And I just wanted to add to the point that some activities actually compound. For instance, the actions continue creating value long after they are completed. Something like building the email list, networking, appearing at somebody else's podcast, collaborations, creating the evergreen content or the follow-up, right? Because we know that action can continue producing opportunities months later, and those activities are important. So now I want each one of you to tell what are the titles of your talks that we already pre-recorded for everybody who joins this beautiful event, and what is the free gift, because everybody has amazing free gifts. And let me tell you, I was learning something new with each interview. So this is like so much wealth of great insights, great tools, and especially the free resources that you receive with that is something not to miss. And I'll start from Sophie. Sophie, what was the title of your talk and what was your free gift?
Yeah, so it is about somatic manifestation. And what I mentioned, which is the energetic piece, I mean with that, the identity shift that we go through when we step into this entrepreneur world, and that, like, the title and the roles that come with it, that's a whole different identity, and we need to be those identities. That sometimes it's multiple, and a lot of them I said I'm not that. I'm not a good communicator. I can't show up. I'm not good on camera. All of the things. And then going through these transformations, that is the new identity that we can reach to show up in a whole different way. And the free gift that I'm bringing is the somatic manifesting experience, which is a 5-day challenge kind of thing. Every day you get one short video with an activation that leads you through the steps to become that version of you who can show up in the way you would like to, who can manifest the money, the clients, whatever holds you back. And it leads you through the necessary energetic, somatic, nervous system reset steps that I needed, and what I see women especially need the most in order to become that version of themselves.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Paul, how about you? What's the title of your talk and what's your free gift?
All right, so the title of my talk is CRM Success, the Secret Backbone of Your Business. So CRM systems, or customer relationship management systems, are a very, very vital role for any business online, but it's not necessarily the first one a lot of starting business owners think about. So it's a talk to bring awareness to that side of your business, and along the way, just discussing the how you can efficiently handle a CRM, especially in relationship with a virtual assistant, how you can best save the most time and money with your efforts and your virtual assistant's efforts together within the CRM. And my free gift is the Safe Senders instruction package. Going along with CRMs and all-in-one marketing systems, one of the most vital pieces to understand right away is securely delivering email marketing. And so this is a document that brings a little education to that topic, as well as some tools to provide some possible safe senders guides that you can use in your own business and pages. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Dina, how about you? What's the title of your talk and what's your free gift?
The title of my talk is "You Don't Have an Income Problem, You Have a Receiving Problem." And this talk is for online coaches and healers ready to manifest or create consistent clients and steady income. So a little bit about my free gift. The name is it's a free ebook. It's by the title of the Magnetic Coach Blueprint, and it provides 7 keys to become irresistible to your ideal clients. And I'm going to share 2 key points: visibility. Many coaches are hiding not because they lack knowledge, but because they lack confidence. Okay. And
Mhm.
authentic attraction, second key, very important key. People don't buy coaching, they buy trust, they buy energy,
Mhm.
they buy connection. And I'm going to talk more about these key points. That for me, it's very important that those are the ones that I use.
I love that. Awesome. Beautiful. Yes. Worth of registering for that event. Just listen to all of these conversations. Beautiful. Melinda, how about you?
Well, we had an amazing conversation, Irina, about how to know when to stay and when to pivot. And so I know everybody who's been in business for a while hit a wall and really got into that confusing place of, am I doing the right thing? Should I stay? Do I stay the course? Should I change? I think COVID created a massive pivot point for most people in how they do their businesses. And I talk personally about the last pivot that I just had to do,
Mhm.
all that I didn't have to, I got to do. And honestly, it was the most humbling experience of my life. And it opened a door that is going to be exponential to what I've been doing in the past. So that's really, really exciting. And then my free gift is one of my meditations. They're transmissions. It's not just a meditation, it's a transmission of consciousness and energy called The Truth Beneath the Noise, Returning to Peace. Now, here's the thing, folks, you cannot create with a nervous system that's in fight or flight. If you're terrified, if you're afraid, if you're scared, that's not the foundation you want to build your business on. We need to learn how to calm down, to return back to that center. That's where our creativity lives. That's where inspiration lives. That's where you are going to get the most juice for what you're here to bring and what wants to move through you. So that meditation has a transmission within it, and it's very calming, very grounding, very centering, and a great way to start your day when you're looking at what you want to create.
Yay. So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Jennifer,
I
what
love
was the
that.
title?
I love that reminder you just said, Melinda, about fight or flight and a freaked out nervous system, basically. You cannot create from it. And so my talk's about hidden financial pressure, because money, creates a ton of pressure, and you might, be using your personal resources. Well, I know you are, because I did. You're using your personal resources, credit cards, maybe you're mortgaging against your house to even build a business, and then when you don't see results right away, you can start getting freaked out. There's like, oh, I'm borrowing to build this business. This is one aspect, one way you might be doing it, and I'm not getting the results. Well, your business structure is a result feedback loop. It's a feedback loop. So you need to be paying attention to it from a perspective of, how is it, keeping it current, keeping your awareness on your money, on your numbers, and then paying attention to those subconscious programs that are coming up from the family, from your ancestral background, that might be, interfering with the way you want to make the money. And our belief can get, when we get into doubt, or, I'm avoiding my bank account because I just don't want to see, because it doesn't make me feel good. Like, start paying attention to those types of things that's happening for you, because that's when you can shift. That's when you can shift and you can decide, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want to take responsibility for this. I want to create a wealth vehicle, and it is completely 100% possible. And even myself, I have a CPA behind my name. I should have my books in order. Well, I thought, I have it all in my head. I know what's going on. No, no, no. But when you lay it all out and you can look at it, especially like if you want to start repaying your debt, if you lay it all out and you don't know how you're going to do it, you lay it out. And then you actually stay in, I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm open to the possibilities that are going to arrive to help me figure that out. And solutions that you never even imagined can present themselves to you, but you have to be looking at what you're creating. Your business is a container, and if you're in the spiritual healing coaching realm, you know that you're creating containers. So this business of your container is, you want it to be a safe place for you. You want it to be expanding you, but it's also the vehicle that you get to serve from. And so you have to be in alignment, just like Dina's saying, you have to be in alignment. And I think our mistakes are, the problems that come up, and we get to see like, oh, that's why I did it, is because, when I was 8 years old, I saw my parents all worried about money, and I said I was going to take on their problems, that kind of stuff. It's an emotional, spiritual journey, your business, but it's so empowering when you can be like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm willing to get the help to get me into alignment with my business. So I love doing that. My gift is the current assessment, and it's just 9 signs if you might be experiencing hidden financial pressure that's getting in the way of your clarity, your leadership, and your business success. And it takes about 1 minute, and it's going to give you a result immediately, a score, and tell you where you are on the bar of hidden financial pressure. And then you can make a step from there. But it's going to give you awareness, which is the really first step to calming your nervous system.
I love that. And that was the word that I was downloading, awareness. Because if we do not notice, we cannot fix something we do not notice. And another thing, what I love about it, like you said, lay out, because again, we cannot connect our mind on something when we do not see. So we have to write it down, the same thing as we are writing down our goals, the same thing, whatever we are looking at, our mind actually mapping out how to make this thing happen, right? So this is like there is a power and connection between when we have something written and we can actually connect in physical, versus when we just keeping something in our heads. Super, super cool. Thank you so much. Well, that was a very insightful conversation. I just want to say thank you to each one of you for coming and generously share, and like actually investing your time into this live. And again, is for anybody who is watching, if you haven't registered, this is your sign to register, because you are tapping to all these wisdom. And we are also having our kickoff party on Zoom. Not only you are receiving these pre-recorded interviews at your convenience of the house, but you can actually connect on Zoom on Sunday at noon Eastern time with the speakers, with other attendees who are on the same path and who is not ready to meet new people and actually build these beautiful connections. We are going to have the breakout rooms. We are going to have some fun conversations, as well as we are going to set the tone, how to make the best for these 2 weeks of actually receiving the information, and not only just receiving the information, how can we actually implement everything what we are learning. All right, thank you so so much, everybody. Have a beautiful beautiful day, and again, share with somebody who you think might benefit from this event, because when we share we care, and again, it's something beautiful that we can do for others as well. And we will see you on Zoom call if you're joining us, and we will be able to interact with you and answer your questions during this time. All right, everyone, have a beautiful beautiful day, and don't forget to join us. Bye.